starting a business with only 250 Rand in your pocket. It sounds crazy, right? And I know it sounds crazy because most of the times we think we can't start a business because, wow, we don't have funding. But I'm here to tell you, girl, it's very possible. Girl, you can do it. Girl, you need to start with what you have at the very moment. So stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you haven't subscribed, don't forget to click on that subscribe button. If you are new to the channel, welcome, and I hope you'll be a regular on the channel, and I hope you really do enjoy the content that we have for you in store. So today we'll be talking about starting a business with only 250 Rand in your pocket. It sounds crazy, right? And I know it sounds crazy because most of the times we think we can't start a business because, wow, we don't have funding. But I'm here to tell you, girl, it's very possible. Girl, you can do it. Girl, you need to start with what you have at the very moment. So stay tuned. Today I'll be spending the day just taking you guys through the story of how I started my first business with just 250 Rands. And I feel the need to say this because most of the times we don't go ahead with our business ideas because we think, oh no, we don't have funding, I don't have the money to start. But all it takes is an idea. It takes an idea, and then it takes you implementing the steps to bring your idea into life, and that's exactly what I did. So my first business ever was JeanMash Lavish. So basically we do occasional gifting for your weddings, parties, bridal showers, baby showers, and any other events. I guess what makes us different is that we try to personalize the gifts. We try to personalize the gifts with the name of the person who will be receiving the gift, or even better, personalize it with whatever is put inside the gifting. We don't do individual gifting, but we do gifting for events because that's more aligned to our business model. I want to show you quickly some of the samples of that. Yes, so this is the one. This is just a candy jar with the personalized details, as well as the ribbon which will probably match the deco of the event. And then most recently, so this is where we started. Most recently, we've just branched into other types of gifts outside of the candy, which was our brand at the beginning. But now we've moved over to key rings, coasters, anything of that sort. We provide that to clients. Okay, so now that we've done that part, I'm gonna start with the story of how I established my first business, right? So we got married in the year 2018 in November, and while we were planning that, we really struggled to find suppliers for thank you gifts because we wanted to offer such gifts to our guests, but we really struggled to find suppliers. Nowhere in Joburg, nowhere in Mpumalanga, it was just hard to find. So then I decided to take the initiative to create my own, and it was tough for me because at the time I did not have time. I was stressed about other things. My bridesmaids couldn't do it, not even my family could do it because everyone was occupied. So I was like, there's certainly a gap in the market here and someone needs to fill it, but I didn't know it was going to be soon. So 2018 goes by, the wedding passes, and then now we move over to 2019 and I enroll for my master's. So this one time in class, my lecturer speaks about the model of M&Ms. So I don't know if you know M&Ms, but M&Ms are those small colorful sweeties with the branding M&M on the outside. So he spoke about how this brand really made it in America in the early 2000s or so, if I'm not mistaken. So he said that they decided to change their business model completely and rather implemented or incorporated rather personalized gifting in their sweets. So customers would request for a specific message to be written on the packaging of the sweets, and then those sweets would then be sent to whoever's being gifted. And I was like, I think I've just answered my question, which I've had for the longest of times, and I really want to capitalize on this. So I went home and I thought more about it, and I was like, yeah, today I got the answer to my prayers. Today I got how to fill that gap in the market, which I saw while we were planning the wedding, and I was like, I need to act on it now. On that same day, at that very time, I went to my nearest mall and I started shopping for like things, and I came across these glass jars, which is it's not exactly this, but these I just found recently, not recent, but I found after the first batch that I created. So I shopped around and I found those, and I was like, this could work. And then I bought sweets, and then I knew of a guy that helped a lot with printing, and I was like to him, do me a favor, please, can you print this and this for me? And I just want to try out something and see if it works. So I asked him to print out the initials of myself and my husband, and then it worked. And then I pasted it on the bottle and then put the sweets inside, and voila, my product was done. I waited, and then I waited for my husband to come back. When he came back, I pitched the idea to him with the product on top of the table. I'm that deep. And he asked me a few questions and I could answer them. And he's like, I think you've got a market and you're ready to go. I did not take that for granted. I took pictures. I went outside, I took pictures of the products that I had created. I will share the pictures on the screen. I went on Canva, created my logo. I created an Instagram account, and that was it. My product was out in the market. So luckily I had people who were very supportive and helped me in terms of pushing the product, letting people know. And you know, before I knew it, in 2 weeks' time, I had people that were ordering products from me. And I think the one thing that I did that really assisted my brand is my first deal I did pro bono. So I knew of a friend of mine that was getting married. I said to her friend, this is what I got on the table. Have you got thank you gifts for your wedding? She's like, no. I said to her, can I offer them to you for free? She had about 200 guests, if I'm not mistaken. I'm like, can I offer it to you for free? And yes, I bore all the costs that were involved in there, but it helped because then, firstly, I had content to share on my page, but secondly, word of mouth, that the wedding people were in love with the product, and it also gave me a bit of confidence that, you know what, your product is actually good and it could actually sell. So yeah, that's how I started my first business. Now, I think in the first year I made, not in the first year, I'd say up until now, I've made a turnover of about between 60K and 70. It's not much, but to me it's a lot because I mean this is a product that started from zero, and the impact of COVID was actually bad, but I have no doubt that once things start rolling again, then we'll really define our market and we'll really be known. We'll take our brand out there. And I'm sharing these things to you guys because I mean, I'm just trying to show you that it's so easy to come up with whatever business ideas, and I really think the business has a touch of my creativity, and hence I'm not afraid to share these specific ideas with anyone who is a subscriber or just watching the channel. So that's it on how I actually started the product itself. Now, I just want to share a few tips in terms of what you need to consider if you are a newly started business, or if you have an idea that you want to implement, or if you've just you're just scared of starting your business because of whatever reasons that you may have. So the first thing that I'd like to share is you really need to start by believing in yourself, believing in your product, believing in your idea, and trust that it's going to work, trust that it's going to sell. Because if you don't have the self-belief, you could be holding on to an idea that could make you a millionaire, but because you don't have the confidence to implement it, then you won't be able to. And I think that's what helped me, because I didn't sit too long. I don't sit on ideas for too long. I keep moving. So that's the first thing that I'd say. The second thing is do research. Once you have an idea and you want to implement it, you need to research your markets. You need to research the product, where you're gonna get your products from, prices, suppliers, and basically find out if you have a good deal or not. And I think I had been doing most of my research without even being conscious that I was before I started my business. I really was doing background work without me knowing. Like, I think if I didn't have that awareness at the back of my head, I probably wouldn't have picked up on what my lecturer said that day. But I sort of had done my research, and I didn't know how much research I had done until that very moment. So when I was starting, it was just a matter of putting all the information that I had together and going with it. The third thing that I'd like to advise for anyone who's got a business or who's got an idea to start up is that you need to come up with a name that will be catchy, a name that will be relevant, a name that will resonate to your customer. For me, it's funny because my name resonated or still resonates with me first than it does with anyone else who is outside, who is a consumer or just a viewer of the Instagram page that we have. I actually implemented the business when I was going through the most in my life. I just lost my aunt, and her name was JeanMash Lavish. So the JeanMash is a mixture of the first part of a name and the last part of a surname. And I thought this was ideal because it was my way of grieving, of letting go of the grief, while also creating a legacy for her name, because I didn't want her name to just disappear like that, because I thought she had a lot of impact in our lives. But also it really worked because it sounds like what I wanted it to sound like. And then obviously I added the lavish in the last part of the business name, just to, you know, incorporate now my market, because I believe my ideal customer is a customer who is more into luxury, a customer who doesn't really go for basic, a customer who is not really worried about money. Because I mean, if you're planning a party, you can agree with me that like gifting for your guests is probably the last thing on your mind. So I want customers that really want to go out, and the only way you can go out is if you have enough money, and therefore you find reason in purchasing the product. So that's how I came up with my name. The fourth thing, guys, is use social media. We need to really tap into the now. We really need to tap into what we are at this very moment. It is 2021 and things are really all on the internet. For me, selling has been easy using Instagram. Social media for me, Instagram has been amazing because all my clients, I'd say maybe 80% of my clients come from Instagram. And you know, the sharing and the likes and the comments and the word of mouth, it really, really helps your brand. So please don't sleep on social media. Please don't sleep on those likes. Please don't sleep on producing consistent content, showing people what your product is and letting them in, creating an experience for your customers. You never know, whoever's viewing at that point in time could be your next customer. So I'm highly invested in social media in all my businesses, from the professional side to the playful side to even myself as a brand. I really use social media to put myself out there, because remember, if you don't tell yourself tell other people who you are, no one will tell them. If you don't tell other people about your product, no one will even bother. So that's what I'd highly recommend. Use social media and yeah, put yourself out there, put your business out there. That is the fourth point. The fifth and final point, which is a bit more technical and administrative, is getting your papers in order. So register your company. No company works professionally without it being registered with the CIPC. So if you can't do it yourself, find a company like Accountpreneurs. Find a company like Accountpreneurs to help you register your company. You know, open your bank accounts, do invoicing properly. So when a client asks for a quotation and an invoice, be professional, go all out, use Excel to, you know, put the company logo and then the product and everything. So do all of that stuff. If you are a business that wants to tender with the government, register on CSD, like literally just do all the administrative tasks that you need to do and you'll be fine. Get your BE certificate, let them know that you are a black female doing the most for yourself. So that's the last point, but it's also very important because for any business, it really needs to be done. You need to get the admin out of the way. apart from it just being administrative, right, I think it also gives you a little bit of a confidence booster, because now you tap into the mindset that, you know what, I need to stop playing, because now I'm running an actual institution. I'm running a real business. I'm running something that is registered with the CIPC, so I can't afford to play any games. So that has really helped me a lot, guys. I was quite late. I only registered my company last year, but since I did it, I feel like things are moving. I mean, if there's an opportunity to tender wherever, my stuff is already in place. It's just a matter of getting it to the place. So I highly recommend that. Yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have a business idea, work on it now. If you have started a startup, get serious, market your business, go on social media, don't stop, don't just sit and do nothing about it. Watch what your competition is doing and be clear, set good, reasonable prices, and go. The sky is the limit. There's nothing that stops you from succeeding. Even that extra 100 Rand, 200 Rand that you make from your business is something, because you wouldn't have made it to start with at the beginning. So I want to really encourage you guys to take yourself seriously, take your business ideas seriously. It might seem like the first few years are moving slow, but trust me, in the next 5 years, you'll thank yourself for starting that business idea. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, don't forget to click that subscribe button. If you are new to the channel, welcome, and I hope you will stay and become a regular. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to share it with your relatives, your friends, and everyone else that you think should be hearing of such wonderful business news. And yeah, from me, it's nothing but love. See you in the next video.